Good morning, folks, and happy Saturday. Today is going to be day 50 working down here at the ranch. I don't know about you guys, but this daylight savings and the weather, trying to figure out if it's summertime or wintertime, is really kind of putting a damper on things. Seems like by the time we get things wrapped up at work and locked down, it is already dark outside, so it's been very hard to get anything done in the afternoons. But down here pretty early today, I'm going to try to get a few things done. I think primarily I'm only going to really be able to work on the weekends going forward, considering that I'm watching the sunset at lunchtime. But I think what we're going to do today is I'm going to get into this area over here. I'm going to start clipping up these little trees around the bigger trees and kind of start getting this little area cleaned up in here. And then I'm going to start pushing forward and clearing out a little bit more, going back down towards the main road, and hopefully get over here and get some stuff done. So if all goes well, this side of the property will pretty much be done, at least as far as it's going to get for a while. I ordered a box blade. Now it's a very cheap box blade that I can drag behind my four-wheeler, and I am hoping that's going to show up next week. And I'm hoping that that's going to help me kind of, for one, gather up all this mulch stuff that's on the ground, but two, break up the ground enough that some of these root systems and stuff get broken up. That way all this stuff doesn't keep growing right back in. So I plan on working out here until it's almost dark, get as much done as I can. Tomorrow I'm probably going to come out and weed eat for 2 or 3 hours probably, so I can kind of get this back to scratch. Now we're supposed to get temperatures down around freezing, I think tomorrow night or Monday night. So I'm kind of hoping that kind of puts an end to all this stuff growing right back up. So maybe tomorrow will be the last day I got to do any weed eating. With all that being said, let's get day 50 rolling. Here we go. I'm already ready for a break. I think 75 is the new 85, and I'm not talking about age, I'm talking about temperature. I think it's only about 75, but it feels like it's about 90, considering we've been getting down into about the 40s in the evening time. But I brought my four-wheeler down last week. That way I've got it down here so I can do some work. Like I said, I got that box blade coming next week, and I'm really hoping that's gonna help me out getting some of this stuff cleared out. But I also brought my I brought my lawnmower down when I brought my four-wheeler. I'll put a little video up here so you can see. Anyway, yeah, that's not gonna work. I barely had it, you know, down towards the ground, and it was hitting all kinds of stuff. So Shane, you're probably gonna have to send Jamie down with your mower. I bet your mower would do a lot better getting this place cleaned up. So I'll just wait to hear from you on that. But anyway, I'm gonna take a quick break and get back on it. Like I say, I'm gonna get this cleaned up a little bit more. I'm gonna come in and try to knock off some of these branches off of this tree and that tree there, and probably those pine trees over there. But I brought my extension ladder so I can get up there, and like I say, hopefully this little area right in here will be done by the time I get out of here today. So here we go. All right, folks, so phase one is done. It only took me an hour because I had to take about 4 breaks because I'm already hot. It hasn't really helped that, you know, again, getting dark at 5 o'clock, I'm like sitting on the couch watching TV, so that is not helping. I actually asked at the family dinner last night if it had been a couple weeks that this daylight savings has been going on, and it's hasn't even been a week, folks, so we're in for a long ride. All right, so got all the little ones clipped up. I think what I'm gonna start doing now is getting up here and clipping off these branches that are around this fire pit. I feel like I'm gonna have to really start working on it. I'm gonna probably come over here and I'm gonna clean up a good part of this and this stuff over here. Once I get them branches clipped, I just keep adding to that. It's gonna be a beast once I get it going. So then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna start clearing out a little bit more of this area, and we'll kind of see where we're at when that happens. We're gonna probably go ahead and grab the SIM cards out of the trail cams today. I haven't seen much of anything lately. A couple deer come through, but not near as active as it used to be. So let's get after it. Oops. If I fall off this ladder, folks, I need you all to call somebody, okay? Appreciate it.
I am in no way, shape, or form recommending that anyone uses a ladder like this. I feel like I may need to say this just to cover my backside in case you do.
All right, folks, this is the one I'm worried about, so have that phone ready. You might have like 9-1. All right, folks, this is the one I'm worried about here. So you might have your phone and have like 9 and 1 already typed in there for me if you would. I appreciate it, and wish me luck if you would. Here we go.
At some point in time, one of these branches slides down and hits my arm, and it scratched the living crap out of it. So I don't recommend doing that either, just to be clear. It doesn't feel good, I promise.
All right, I made it. I got a little hairy there for a second. I thought that ladder might actually reach a little bit higher. It doesn't. These two branches right here are what have me the most worried, because all this stuff is, I mean, the stuff I just cut down is like mostly dry or dead. So I'm a little bit worried that once it starts getting up into flames, it's gonna go. So I may end up like starting a fire over on this end, and I may decide to come and clip a few of these branches off of this pine tree. It's quite a little ways back from it. I just I don't want to be the guy that caught the Soto National Forest on fire, you know. That probably wouldn't go over very well. But anyway, it's a little afternoon, so I've been here about 2 hours, and I'm gonna take a little break. One of my batteries is already dead, so I'm gonna have to maybe shorten up my videos or something. But I think what I'm gonna do now is come over here and start clearing out all this stuff with the brush hog, trying to get this area cleared out, and eventually get to a point where I kind of want to let everything keep growing in. But I'd like to get all this cleared out in here. Then eventually I'll do the same thing, come in, clip all the branches and stuff. But this little side over here on the west side of the lean-to is just about done, folks. Then we can start focusing on other things. But I'm gonna take a break. Here we go. All right, not sure if I was out of view over there or not, but this little area's got a bunch of bigger sticks laying in it, some stumps that are kind of hidden in the ground, a lot more than the other area. So I'm trying to go through here a little bit slow. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get down to this tree right here and basically cut across back to the road that comes in up here, and we're going to see if I can get at least that much of it cleared up, and then slowly start working back this way. But I got to take it kind of easy in here for right now, but here we go. All right, folks. Well, we came in here today. We got all these little scraggly trees cut back away from the bigger trees. Took down some of these limbs hanging over the fire pit there to make that a little bit easier. I was gonna come over here and mess with this. I think I'm just gonna wait until I get this fire going, because I feel like I'm gonna have my hands full once that gets going really good. So I'm gonna leave all that, but I'm getting ready to start in this area right in here. I'll probably pick away at it for about an hour, then we'll probably go out and gather up the SIM cards out of the trail cams. But I came over here and I opened this area up. This is really one of the first times I've really been throughout this area. I mostly used the trail coming in, you know, almost from day one, but have to get in here and get some of these little scragglers cleaned up. And I still haven't really decided how far back I'm gonna go. I'll see if I can show you, and I'll be down there a little closer in a minute. But the neighbor's basically got his road or driveway or something right there, so it's pretty opened up going back into his property. So there's a lot of this. I'm probably, for sure, the front I'm going to leave growing up, but I may leave some of these bigger, I say bigger, the medium, smaller size trees growing in here, just so get a little bit of blockage of the front road there. But I got this burn pit that I'm going to have to get out of here eventually. I kind of got it cleaned up around the area, and then again I'll come in and get some of these branches and stuff like that taken care of. But we're rolling, folks. We got this place opened up pretty good. I'm gonna probably work for about another 2 hours. I'm gonna try to get out of here about 4:30. I'm getting old, so I don't like to drive at dark. So anyway, we'll probably get out of here in about 2 hours, but we're gonna see what we can get done, and we'll see what we're gonna get done tomorrow. Here we go. All right, folks, we have gotten a whole bunch cleared out over here. I think I'm just gonna wait until I actually get this fire going, so that I can just kind of get rid of it at the same time instead of adding on to that. But this area is pretty well cleaned up. I will probably go a little bit deeper into or closer to the road, but probably not much closer. Like I said, here's a neighbor's, he's kind of doing a driveway or something. I'm not sure if he's going to build something over here, but probably won't go much farther. But I'm kind of running out of daylight, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there to that trail camera, the newest one we got set up on that trail we did on day 3 at exploring at the ranch. I'm going to clean up that tree and put that trail camera right there in that area. Now, I went out to check the corn and it's still super full, so I'll probably move it back there at some point in time, but I think right now I'm going to leave it where it's at. So we're gonna go back here and take care of this, and then we're gonna actually go get the rest of the SIM cards out of the trail cams. Here we go. All right, I got the other camera. I got the other SIM card as I was pulling it off the tree there, so we'll see what we got. Now we're gonna head back to the camp. Here we go.
I won't lie, I was pretty excited to see a deer on that cam back there, and it walked towards the area that I think I'm going to set that deer feeder up. And it was nice to get the four-wheeler back out here. It's definitely been a while.
All right, folks. Well, that was a pretty productive day today, if I do say so myself. Got quite a bit done. I hope to get out here tomorrow. I'm probably mostly going to weed eat, but I'll do some kind of before and afters, and then if there's enough time, I'll start day 51. But let's check this one. I think this one's like 2 for 2, maybe 2 for 3, but let's see what we got.
Well, make that 3 for 3, I think. Maybe 3 out of 4. We've seen some deer coming through these trails. Definitely a couple does, and the little one, I believe, is getting a little bit bigger. But I'm not positive if this is a buck or if the ears are up on this last one here. The more I look, the more I think it's antlers, and I'm hoping so. I haven't seen that other buck in quite some time.
All right, so day 50, folks. Around about 7 months and 50 days of working in that 7 months. A couple other little side projects that we did, but holy cow, it's definitely been a wild ride. You know, the first probably 10 days I was mostly just out here with my wheelbarrow and my rake and my clippers and sawzall. Definitely picked up some momentum once I got the lean-to built. That was pretty much days 20 through 30. First 20 days I tried to spend basically getting the road good enough that I could get my truck up to the campsite area. So definitely come a long ways, but I appreciate all of you for joining along with me. It's definitely been an adventure. Going back to daylight savings, probably won't really be able to get down here except on the weekends. Hopefully both days, and get some more work done, like until it gets back to where the sun's staying out until longer than 5 o'clock. So anyway, let's get this trail cam, see if we found anything here. All right, there we go. So yeah, you know, I think about day 40 was when I got the brush hog, and that was a bit of a game changer right there. And now, you know, I've got a lot more opened up. I've got the four-wheeler down here so I can start kind of working these trails over a little bit. That's kind of, again, what I kind of did the first 10 days here, just getting the road kind of smoothed out so I could get my truck and all my gear up there. There's a lot of this corn that's still laying here. I came out a few minutes ago and tried to figure out how much was in there. There's still quite a bit. So I think once it kind of empties out a little bit, I'm gonna go put it up on that camera that we just cleared the tree out. And then that way I have this whole loop to ride my four-wheeler around and kind of start getting the ground beat down a little bit. All right, I bet we got some crows. What do y'all want to bet we got some crows on this one? All right, yeah, so yeah, them crows have been eating the daylights out of that corn. Hopefully something else came in. We've caught deer on the trail cam not 30 yards away, so I don't know why they're not coming back here. Might be my fancy post that I put up with my trail camera on it. All right, we grabbed that one already. I plan on going back there at some point and opening it up a little bit more, and probably start opening it up coming back towards the camp. Still need to get out here and hang out one day, folks.
I am about to have a major trail cam video dump. If you remember, I thought maybe I hadn't turned this camera on that we're getting ready to come on up to. The reality is I wasn't looking in the right file. So I opened it up last night and I realized I had a ton of videos that I had missed last time.
So one of the next times I come down, I'm going to start working on these 3 little islands here. Try to get at least one of them plucked out one of these weekends. Get this front end opened up a little bit more. It'd be nice if I could have a fire while I was doing it, so I could just basically throw everything in there while it's burning. All right, let's see what we got here. Haven't had anything on this one in a minute.
So real quick, it is Sunday morning about 9 a.m. and it is windy and cold. And I have talked myself out of going to the ranch to do some weed eating. I just don't feel like spending 4 hours in the cold wind weed eating. But listen here at the very end. This is weird. I wish I would have captured a little bit more. I couldn't tell what that was. It really almost sounded like pigs, but maybe coyotes. I couldn't get the volume to raise up any more than where it was at, so I'm pretty sure this is the baby that we've been watching. It's definitely getting a little bit bigger. And that there you could tell was a rooster. I don't know what that other sound was we heard, but I am fairly certain it wasn't this armadillo that's coming across the screen here. Or this blue jay. I mean, I guess. I highly doubt it was a blue jay. Guess it could have been, though. And kind of like I was saying here a little bit back, I haven't seen any bucks in quite a while. Now, if that was a buck that we saw on that other trail cam, that might be the first one I've seen in a while. However, it was nice to know there was still some activity in this area. And we had a couple extra critters come in. Had some rabbits and some possums and some blue jays. And whatever weird animals we could hear there in the background. I wish I would have known what those were. Sounded pretty interesting if you ask me.
Haven't had anything on this one in a minute.
It helps when you open the proper file there, dummy. Well, this is going to be another long video, folks. So for everybody that hung in there, again, I appreciate you hanging in there. I think my average view time is 8 minutes, so I'm going to have to step up my game.
Yeah, so at some point I'm going to get down here and start working on this little intersection a little bit. I'm probably going to move this trail camera too. It seems like it's right up on top of those bushes, so I should say this pile that I dragged out of there. So one of these days I'm going to probably get this thing moved into a different location. See what we got.
I will say this camera's had quite a bit of activity the last couple times that I've come out. I'm not sure if it's because I opened up that trail or not, but it seems like when all the other cameras get skunked, I seem to find something on this camera here, so that's good.
All right, that one's good. Yeah, so anyway, I think I'm going to eventually move it at some point in time. Well, folks, I'm kind of running out of daylight. Need to get my old self home before it gets too dark. Just don't like it anymore, especially on these narrow, dark roads heading into town. But I appreciate you all joining along. Like I said, we're at day 50. Got a lot left to do, but have definitely got a lot done in the last couple of weeks, especially with the brush hog. So hopefully here pretty quick we'll have this whole area in here cleared out and burned out, and it'll be pretty much done. And then once that's done, I'm gonna eventually start getting into this area over here and basically do the same thing I did on this other side. I think that eventually I'm gonna go farther back, probably mostly just to clear up around the elevated stand. I think I'm gonna end up moving that deer stand, or the deer feeder. So probably I'll end up clearing that whole area out, so this whole area will be opened up. At some point I'll get rid of the trees. You guys forgot to remind me to take my Vosker battery the last time we were here, so I haven't caught anything on it, so I got to get it charged tonight. But babble. I appreciate y'all. I hope you all having a great weekend, and we will catch you next time.